Our royals have been through the ringer recently. Catherine, Princess of Wales, admitted for an abdominal operation, which has been handled in a questionably discreet manner. The king also man down, and now we had another wave of devastating news from Fergie. How much more can this poor family handle? Meanwhile, across the pond, Harry and Meghan seem to be digging the knife in further rather than reaching out a helping hand. Will this shocking start to the year make 2024 the new annus horribilis? Let's get to the crunch. To start with the silver lining here, the king has shed light on a somewhat embarrassing condition, giving men across Britain the courage to go out and get themselves checked. He could have kept the main points of his condition private, but he has decided to publicly share the very intimate details of his prostate condition, for the very reason of encouraging all British men, any men actually across the globe, to take better care of their prostate. This has been a wake-up call to many men who would have otherwise been oblivious to the condition or just too darn embarrassed to admit something is wrong. The global conversation has been ignited thanks to the king, and undoubtedly doctors across the globe will be carrying out more of the less than pleasant examination than usual and saving young and middle-aged men from the serious disease. That's right, if you catch the condition early, it can be life-saving. So well done, King Charles. This shall be a welcome gift to many wives and children across the country. Sarah Ferguson, a controversial figure in the family, albeit very much loved by the Queen, yet hated by Prince Philip, she has had an extremely challenging few months. First, the breast cancer scare last year, which has now led to the discovery of an aggressive skin cancer. This is devastating news to add to that of the King and Princess Catherine's shocking medical revelations. We know Fergie is loved by the family, regardless of some of the more cheeky things she may have attempted in the past. She has been welcomed back to the family with open arms, spending time with them this Christmas. And of course, let's not forget she was the person entrusted with looking after the late Queen's most beloved corgis. This news will really shock the family to its core, and of course our hearts go out to the two princesses, Beatrice and Eugenie, who have a very close relationship with their mother Fergie and who have had a shockingly tough year already. Fergie's bravery in coming forward and announcing this publicly is admirable and has brought once again some awareness to the country, giving people the confidence to go out and get checked, possibly preventing the spread of the serious disease and catching it before it's too late. We will be following Sarah's journey closely and hoping desperately for a speedy recovery. On the other side of all of this, Catherine, Princess of Wales, is said to be recovering from her abdominal surgery and will be confined to the hospital for approximately 10 to 15 days. The family have been quick to try and brush over the details of what exactly she is facing medically, and this has been raising alarm bells. Firstly, the princess has always felt it her duty to be open with the public regarding her health. During her pregnancy, she was very ill indeed, obliged to take numerous visits to the hospital. We know the royal family. Fergie has indeed released personal details of her illness, and the king has opted to give us arguably more details than we bargained for, but we have been left in the dark with the Princess of Wales. She should, of course, be allowed her privacy. Everyone should be, with the exception of jet-setting, narcissistic, attention-seeking, privacy-loving, Todger-touting, hypocrite morons, if you know what I mean. The point is, most normal people should be allowed their privacy, but this is an unusual play from the palace and particularly the princess. We at the Crown Crunch are indeed very fond of our royal family, but in particular, we love the Princess of Wales. She is a beautiful example to mothers and daughters and wives, not to mention a fashion goddess, an icon for charitable work, and humble to say the least. But the privacy surrounding her condition is causing speculation. The second reason that there have been cause for concern is regarding William's behaviour. He too has ceased any royal engagements to look after the children whilst Princess Catherine of Wales recovers. The royals, who are extremely hardworking, as we know, are down 2 core members, the king and the princess. So William deciding to take a step back to look after the kids is lovely, but a very big decision and not without consequences. Of course, we are hoping for good outcomes at the end of this for all 3 of the Pauly family members. Meanwhile, in Meghan and Harry land, the Rugrats of Monticito, a name that is an insult to rats and rugs, have also taken a couple of blows, yet much more comical than those of the royal family. First off, we have this ridiculous Legends of Aviation award, which was so outlandish and frankly so insulting to any actual aviation experts that it sparked the need for a new petition in favour of removing the award from the dimly lit Duke, on the basis of him not having contributed anything ever to the world of modern aviation. Just look at this living legend of aviation. Here he is, looking confused at all the controls. Here he is, pretending to press some buttons. And here he is, with a manual, pretending to read. Not exactly what I'd call a living legend. That, and actually not even being a very good pilot, but more of a gunner during his short time with the military, which means that he is in the helicopter, true, but more of a passenger. Yes, not even flying it. This award debacle has brought light not only to Harry's misgivings during his time in the military, but also highlighted how protected he was during his time in Afghanistan, being evacuated at the first sign of danger and posing more of a hindrance to the military base than a help. The award was handed to him by John Travolta, who must have been gritting his teeth as he handed over the once prestigious award to Harry. Travolta is an avid flyer who is passionate about planes and who, personally, I would trust 100 times more to fly any plane I was on rather than Harry. Honestly, I would rather Greta Thunberg fly my plane, knowing that she would probably land it 3 minutes after takeoff and kick you off onto the nearest boat. On top of that, during this royal tsunami of hospital visits, the Duke and Duchess thought it would be a great time to grab a quick selfie with the Jamaican Prime Minister, who has made it his mission to pull Jamaica away from the royal family, warning Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, that they will never be his king and queen. With all the delicacy of an elephant on steroids, the Duke and Duchess have once again managed to look like unsympathetic narcissists. It is high time that we stop giving them the excuse that maybe they didn't know that they were doing something wrong, or maybe it's just a harmless photo. They are not children, despite what their actions suggest. They are educated adults, and they know exactly what they are doing, posing with an anti-monarchy politician during one of the monarchy's most trying periods recently. They may as well have sent a get well soon card, which read, "Just kidding, suckers, we couldn't care less" on the inside. This is a brutal move, and once again does not surprise me coming from this couple. Sometimes you begin to forget how low they can go, but it's never long before they give us all a bitter reminder. One person said, "Where do you draw the line between outrageous behaviour and flat-out threatening, traitorous behaviours that hurt the monarchy? Then what are the legal consequences to which Harry and Meghan must be held accountable?" They have very much crossed a line by taking these pictures with such anti-monarchy politicians at such a difficult time. They have done so many awful things that this doesn't seem like one of the worst things they have done, but it really is a kick in the teeth. And I do believe that there should be consequences, but unfortunately, I feel like this is all going to get pushed under the rug as usual. They get off with so much that it is astonishing. Someone else said, there is no error of judgment. Those two know exactly what they're doing. They take every opportunity to put the boot to the royal family and Britain. It's true, we cannot keep blaming a lack of understanding how the world works or a lack of understanding the consequences of what they've done. They should be held accountable. But they just seem to get away with so much. Someone else said, strip them of their titles and stop giving them media coverage. Without their royal family connections, they are talentless and will fade away. I certainly agree that they are talentless. It seems like at this Bob Marley premiere in Jamaica, they were rubbing noses with some high up people from Paramount. Maybe they're trying to get a deal. And recently at the Aviation Awards, they were there with Jeff Bezos. He is the owner of Amazon and Audible, which had been rumored to pick up Meghan's Archetypes podcast. Probably they were rumored to pick it up before they listened to it, because that was a disaster. But they seem to still be reaching out, trying to make connections. There's absolutely no need for them to be at this premiere, this Bob Marley premiere in Jamaica. No need. It's not their job. They're not royals. Give this video a like if you would rather see Mr. Bean in the cockpit than Prince Harry, and subscribe to help the Crown family blossom. See you down in the comments.